Hey Rippers, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be posting up some video of Destry and Cooper Abbott's DA8 training. These are some of the basics for body positioning, using your rear brake, your front brake, not locking those brakes up and getting back on that seat. This technique alone helped shave quite a bit of time off on my last race, just doing the technique the right way. So enjoy.
I want to just start off. We are starting with a basic drill. I know some people will be like, oh, especially the higher advanced riders, like this is kind of boring. But once again, I promise you, even at the pro level, we still do a lot of drills. And what makes it a little more difficult as you get better and better is when you stop, I want you to open up downshift and try to balance at a stop still. And then accelerate so we're braking, our hips are back, putting weight, especially more on that left side, because we're going to be covering that rear brake. I'm the 1-in-1, however you guys are with your fingers, there's nothing wrong with that. But I want to be front, rear. We don't want to lock up the brakes. It's like anything. If you lock up a rear brake, it just skids, it's worse. It's kind of like that positive traction. Same thing on front end. I don't want to lock up that front end, so we want to stop as quick as we can. And it's probably going to be second, third gear. When we come here, as soon as you hit that tire, or you go next to it, I should say, I want to brake. So we're front and brake, where hips are back. Since the bike's diving forward, I can hold the stance, putting pressure, just like going down the hills with more of a plank position. Elbows are always facing out because we're elbow to hinge. As soon as I do this, now I do this. If you do yoga or chaturanga or anything like that, it's all triceps. As soon as you open up, now it's shoulders, chest, a little back. You can actually have more. So if you're benching, you bench here, you don't bench here. So when you see guys riding, if I'm leaning, now there's no way to put weight. As soon as I open those elbows up, we're now, and I understand in the trees, I'll ride like this, and I'm tucking my elbows in the trees, but I still want to ride more in this position because we're going to be able to move around. So on the braking, kind of getting back to that, it's kind of like a plank. So if I'm braking, my arms are here, but if I'm braking and I'm way here, it's wanting to send me over the bars, and now I'm not going to have that strength if I'm here. So I want to try to come back with him braking. You'll see his butt's going to be over that rear fender, almost braking. As he comes, try to come to a complete stop if possible. If you stall it, fall over, don't worry about that. Trust me, it happens a lot. And then once you're there, I want to open up, accelerate back out. I'll have Cooper do 3 or 4 times, and then I like to have you guys just kind of make a line, and we'll watch you. Like I said, this is more of a warm-up, and then we're going to start getting into some more technical sections. Okay, when you're done, go between the tires that are working on, and then loop back around. Like there.
Hey, somebody's losing their awning.
Oh, dang. Oh, that's mine. Oh, that's mine. All right, I got it. Somebody's on it. Oops. So you can see how he shifted it. You don't like that tent. And then go between the tires, and we'll just loop back around. Give each other a good 3 seconds so you're not breaking into the next person. And if you see Cooper or myself waving at you while you're riding around, ride over to us because we're going to try to kind of keep you apart a little bit. That's very like you locked up that front brake, but then you let off. Same thing on that rear brake. If you lock up that rear brake, it's fine. It's just learning where that is. And the dirt's going to be different all the time. If it's muddy, slippery, sandy, sand, I'm not using my front brake near as much because there's already a load on that front end. Yeah, we'll go around that post that younger Yeah. So ideally, I'll have you guys do that. You can go on the tire if you want, but so let's go ahead and all line up over there by there, and I'll have you guys go one at a time. Give a few seconds apart. guys have any questions on that? The big thing that I know Cooper and I were going over was getting your hips back a little bit farther, or you're overthinking it, and quite a few of you did this, and trust me, I do a lot of things where you're already thinking about the braking, so you're accelerating back here, but what's happened is if I accelerate like this, now I'm holding on so hard because it's wanting to pull me off. Remember, your hand should always be light. Now, if I'm going down the hill, a steep hill, or if I'm going up a hill, then I do have to hold on, and then I might have to squeeze, especially on our extreme stuff we've been riding in Montana, Idaho, and up here. We're going up these trails. I'll squeeze because it's so tight with my knees so I don't slide off the back to try to save energy. Your quads are your strongest muscles, so that's why we want to be standing more when we can. Now, when we get to all the obstacles, 100%, it should be up. Now, don't get me wrong. There's times, I guarantee you, I'll have to sit down or dab. That's fine. But ideally, any of the obstacles, we're going to be up off the seat. Every time you watch Cooper on anything we're going to go over, now if we're sitting down in the corner, which is something else I want to work on, then we're sitting on the front of that seat and accelerating. But as soon as he gets to an obstacle, he's already back up again. Because now we're going to be able to use those legs as another suspension device and able to hinge and soak things up. Any questions on that? That was pretty simple, but any questions?
That drill feels stupid, but it's actually extremely beneficial. We literally use those skills in every single corner.
Yeah. So when you're accelerating, you're not coming to a stop, but like Cooper said, we're accelerating really hard, we're braking, and then it's either sitting down or you're going over an obstacle. So as dumb as that sounds, and it feels like the do, it's so